Hey guys, and welcome to Crow Dislike. These are basically videos of things I dislike, so you might agree with them, might not. With that being said, today's topic is actually quite an interesting one because we deal with it all the time, everywhere, and that is germs. And I am going to be adding germaphobes to this because I could talk about both of them together, and it's going to be the same thing, just with germs. I can't say I dislike it the most because we deal with germs everywhere. I'm not a big germaphobe. I know there are people who are big germaphobes, especially my current girlfriend right now, who is a big germaphobe, but not to the point that there is an extreme. But first, let me just talk about germs. And with germs, we basically deal with it all the time. I got germs right here. I just put germs here too. My clothes have germs. My shirt has germs. My mic has germs now. My hair has germs. The dog has germs. The camera I'm recording from has germs. This has germs too. Not the inside, but this whole thing now has germs. But that's basically the things with germs. No matter what we do, germs are everywhere. I mean, if I put my finger in my mouth or put my finger in my nose, I got germs. The end. I'm put germs in there. So it's not like we can do something. Yeah, I can use this and clean myself up, but it's still gonna come back because the moment I touch this chair, the germs are just gonna rub back on me. So it's not like something we can just avoid completely. I mean, unless we grab a whole bunch of hand sanitizer or whatever stuff we can, and we clean the whole place up with this stuff, maybe we can get rid of all the germs. But in the end, the moment you go outside, you're back to germ world. So it's not like you can do something. It's like how Invader's Zim did it for the episode for germs. He cleaned the whole house. And all of a sudden, girl just came in and it was like, hi, and it was like, ah! And that's the world of germs. And it's like, no matter what, germs are everywhere. We can't do nothing about it. Now, I will say there are times that germs should be disgusting and it should be like, what are you doing? And that is when you basically are grabbing the trash, throwing it away, and then you put your hand in your mouth. That is disgusting. Don't do that. That's, again, filthy plus germs equals in your mouth equals bad. That you could literally get an infection from that if it was very bad and unsanitary. But yeah, you can get a bad infection if it was really bad and sanitary. But yeah, germs, we can't do nothing about it. But there are people who do disgusting things. Oh, I'm gonna throw away the trash. Oh, I threw away the trash. You picked your nose while you were grabbing the trash, and you put your hand inside the trash bag to push it so you can grab it and tie it, and then you put your... No, dude, that is bad. That is bad. So yeah, there are people who do this stuff. Or I find it funny when you're working with work gloves. Well, you're part of the trash people. You're part of yeah, you're part of the trash people. Anybody dealing with trash. And actually, no, I'm going to say, or you're dealing in a work environment where it is dirty, but you have gloves, and then all of a sudden you start scratching your face and you're scratching your nose with these dirty gloves that you're touching dirty stuff with. It's like, take off the glove and do this. Yeah, a lot of the stuff probably enters through the glove, but still, take off the glove. You touched a bunch of filthy stuff, and you're just like... Ooh, like, ew, nasty, dude. You need some of this. So yeah, there are times that people do nasty things, and these germs are getting everywhere, all around you. I know it's pointless to talk about it, but still, don't do more filthy and put more unnecessary filthier germs onto you that might cause an infection. That's even bad. There are times that I am dirty, and in my job we have a lot of this. I mean, it's everywhere, and all the tables. So there are times where we're in a rush and we need to eat quickly. So I grab some of this hand sanitizer and I just rub it in my hands, eat, and then I go back to work. Because again, there are some times where I can't make it to the bathroom to just like use some hand soap and wash it with water. So, but there's a lot of this, so it still helps, and it's not like I'm adding more germs from the filthiness I have into my mouth while I eat. No, I'm just using this. So it's a good sign for that part that there's a lot of this in my job. But if there wasn't, you should really try to go to the bathroom as soon as possible, because you don't want to eat something and then put unnecessary filth in your mouth that might cause later on an infection, and you don't want that. So yeah, the next topic I'm going to talk about is germaphobes. Now, I did deal with a person that was to the extreme. My girlfriend is not to the extreme. I mean, if I sneeze, just make sure I sneeze under my shirt. The end. It's actually, she's not going to be like, oh, don't touch me. Where I did have a situation like that. I knew the girl was a germaphobe, but I remember one time I was going to sneeze, and I remember I sneezed this way, and I go, achoo, and I sneezed in my hand. And I was holding one of the things, and she goes, give me my thing and don't touch me and stay away from me. I was like, what? It's like, you sneezed on yourself. I'm like, yeah, but I didn't sneeze on top of you. I would think you will go crazier if I sneezed on top of you. But no, I sneezed to the side, and yeah, I caught a little bit in my hand, well, my arm, but it was just like, don't touch you. I didn't sneeze on you. You would have flipped. No, I flipped the fact that I sneezed, and it was not under my shirt. It was on my arm. So it was just like that. And then the funny thing is, she kind of pissed me off with that. And she was leaving. She was going on the bus to go home, and all of a sudden, she goes, "Can I have a hug?" And I'm like, "Didn't I just sneeze on myself? I have germs all over myself." And she goes, "Oh yeah." And then she goes into the bus, and I'm like, "Arr?" But yeah, and it's terrible when you deal with a home where it's like, well, it's Asian style. I'm gonna say where you take off your shoes in the front, but then they give you these special socks. It's like you must wear these special socks in order to enter our domain. And then the whole the chairs and stuff are put with a certain type of plastic, so you can sit on it, but you don't bring your outside germs in here because we throw away that plastic. What? Oh, and don't touch anything because you're full of germs unless we give you a lot of this. And then you go, now clean yourself. Okay, it's nice to meet you. Oh. Okay. And it's just like every single time. And there are people that every time they touch somebody, they use some of this. And they're like, okay. There are people who also go to the bathroom and they'll use like a paper towel or tissue to just open the knob or to open the door, and then they'll throw that paper away because they're like, ew, germs. It's like, no matter what we do, we're gonna deal with these germs. But there are people who take it to a whole new level, and it's just like, oh my goodness. Now that house, where I was just saying, or apartment, where you sit down and they make they're just like so germaphobe that like they give you this to make sure you put in your hands, and then they shake your hands, and then they had that. I never dealt with that, but I dealt with so many people. I mean, I was close to dealing with it, and I said, nope, I'm not going in that house. I mean, wow, no. And it's just like, wow. But there are people who, again, they take it to the extreme. I remember that the girl dated. One time, there was an animal. There was a dog. She started petting it, and that dog was filthy. I mean, wow, was it filthy? And she petted it because she likes animals. And the thing is, she ended up in the hospital because it turned out she had an allergic reaction to whatever. And the owner of that dog was not really a person who takes care of animals. I mean, they just basically looked like they took their dog just to go do their business, and then that's it. They left them tied it to like a tree, and then they went into the store, bought something, and then they come back, and it was just like, yeah, well, you don't seem to take care of your animal. And this person, Sally, ended up in the hospital because of some allergic reaction to whatever the animal had. Now, I recently had my grandma's dog in my home. I wish I actually made this video while I had him, but I had to return him soon after, and I had to work basically while my day free. I returned it, but the thing was, I had this dog, and he followed me everywhere. He would have been in this video. And the thing was, when I took him outside, my girlfriend was like, all right, if you bring him back in, make sure you clean his paws. So I go, okay. When I brought him in, I cleaned his paws, and boy, once I started putting the soap, and then I washed his hands, boy, did I notice his paws were very filthy from just outside. So all the germs he probably was bringing inside, all that stuff, all that disgusting stuff was coming in. And that dog was literally on my bed pretty much the whole time. Like, if I was in my room watching a video or doing something, he was on my bed. And it was just like me cleaning him. Every time I had to walk, it was obnoxious. But the simple fact is, I avoided having all that filth in my room or in my bed where I sleep. And I don't want any type of filth or disgusting things in my bed because I sleep there. I should be very, very cautious of what I do on my bed. So yeah, I had to clean the dog, but it was obnoxious. But I noticed how every time I washed his paws, the water, that black filth that came out of him, and it's just like, wow, there was a lot of germs on you, boy. And I had to clean that all out. So yeah, I had to do that for the dog, but it was also for my safety, so I didn't have to deal with germs. So I really do dislike germaphobes and germs, but germs, I can't do nothing about it because it's everywhere. So if you guys have a story to tell me on the comments below, please go right ahead and let me know of your bad experience with germs or germaphobes. And with that being said, I got a special thanks for you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next